Welcome, Lion Nation, to tonight's Lion Nation podcast at Guaco Taco. We want to thank Guaco Taco for hosting us tonight. Can I get a round of applause for Guaco Taco, everyone? Can y'all hear it through the speakers? Is it loud enough for you? Okay, can I get somebody to just turn the volume up on those speakers a little bit? It may provide some feedback, but just be cautious. Go slow.
On the speakers.
So if you'll just turn it up slowly so everybody can hear it. You know, before everybody got here and there was ambient noise, it sounded pretty good. It's at the very top. Right, there you go. Just turn it up, yeah. Can you hear there? Oh, that's too much. There you go. Can you hear me?
That's good right there.
All right, that'll work. So real quick, Coach, before we get started, I want to shout out all the sponsors of the podcast, and they are going to my mic for some reason is pretty hot, so they include Mercy Veterinary Hospital, online at mercy-vet.com, and of course Frank's RDZ Roofing online at rdzroofing.com. Our silver sponsors are Raising Cane's, Mechanical Roofing and Exteriors, and Seven Brew Coffee. We also have our silver sponsors. I just did them. Our bronze sponsors are Texas State Optical, Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, Sisk Rob Incorporated, and JT Reisdorf with State Farm. We also, as we mentioned, our podcast sponsors, which includes tonight's host, Guaco Taco, as well as Daddy's Chicken, which is right around the corner from here. Lucky Rabbit out there in Jonestown, which is a pretty cool place. Marco's Pizza is going to host the Trunk or Treat podcast, I believe. And so we want to thank those podcast sponsors. And finally, actually, it's not final. We got a couple more. The custom sponsors include Great American Cookies and Marble Slab Creamery, Leander Veterinary Clinic, and Toyota of Cedar Park. And we'll wrap up with our Roll Pride sponsor, which is Plains Capital Bank, online at plainscapital.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Now, Coach, Frank's going to ask the first question.
So let's just go ahead and get into it. Georgetown, one of the toughest teams we're going to see in district.
Sure.
Big boys all across the line. What were some key takeaways from that game?
Well, it was one of those things where what I will say is the score is not reflective of how well our defense played. When you take a team like that that's got, talented running back and a big offensive line, you are trying to make sure that you are tackling the ball and making them snap it again. You're looking for opportunities to create turnovers. They had, to open the game, I think it was a 16-play drive, no big, long runs, just they had to grind it out. They had some penalties mixed in there and things like that. So what our defense did was they did fly to the ball very, very, very well and take some bigger guys to the ground. And so, what we told those guys at the end of that game was that is going to be one of the better teams you face this year. If you attack the ball like you did against them, against some of the other teams in our district, you're going to have a lot of success. And I think regardless of, like I said, the score, the defense has something to be proud of because it wasn't big play after big play, which is something we've suffered from in the past where you have the long ball or you have big runs that break out. They made those dudes fight for every inch. Offensively, we were kind of limited on opportunities in the first half. I think we only snapped the ball 20 times, which is exceptionally low for any team to have in the first drive or in one half of football. And in that first drive, you got points out of it, and you executed it well. And, the second two drives, you're just trying to squeeze anything out you can before the half runs out. So efficiency for the offense was pretty good in the first half. And then you go out in the second half and you go out and you continue to fight and not give up. And that's the ultimate thing that this team has been really good at.
Well, and one of the things that I was most impressed with, and not, it's something I've seen during your tenure that I didn't see during a couple of previous tenures, where Georgetown jumped on us, right? Yeah. And they're a solid team. They're already good. Last thing you want to do is give up a couple of quick touchdowns and be playing from behind. But one of the more impressive things for me was to see that there is absolutely no quit in the offense and the defense. And really, if you think about it, that defense, they were out on the field for a long time.
They took a lot of
first
snaps.
Quarter.
A lot of snaps. I think they had 39 snaps total in the first quarter. Like, if we're exceptionally low, that's kind of exceptionally high for a defense to be out there a lot of times. And so, just talking about the offense and the defense, also the special teams, I mean, you come back out and you get a big kickoff return because the special teams is still functioning and all of those things.
Well, and I think that is indicative of the culture that you're building here. And when you're building a culture, we live in a society where everybody wants everything right now.
Sure.
Give it to me right away. I want it to be my kid who's on that state championship team. But that's not how it works. You don't go from, losing a lot of district games to winning one or two, and then, bam, you're in the state championship.
Right.
It takes time and effort.
It does, and, what this group has is they have I watch our defense practice in particular. The energy that they have and the way they respond to a little bit of adversity is something that truly is different. I mean, any game can get out of control if you're not still engaged and still not fighting. And so that attitude from our defensive guys and our offensive guys is really translated. And then when you get them all together on the special teams, they have an opportunity to make a big play here or there to keep you in the game and make it, like I said, going into halftime last week, it could have been a lot worse than it was. Right. It put us in a position to get back into the game and keep fighting.
Yeah, we still put up quite a bit of points on them, too, as well. So, going into it, I believe we were second in the district in defensive points allowed.
Yeah.
So, that's something to say right there.
Absolutely. And for whatever it's worth, everybody in our district is going to have to, play Georgetown at some point. And it's going to be a rough game for everybody just because of who they are. And, you respond how it is as best you can, but our goal is to get ready for Glenn because that's the one that is going to keep us in a position to go to the playoffs.
Well, and unlike when I was in high school, more than one team can go to the postseason.
Right.
Your season's certainly not over by playing probably the unanimous pick to win this district.
Sure.
I'm sure there's some folks from Cedar Park who would argue and Rouse and things like that, and even Leander. But we're looking at another potential team that's looking for a little bit of revenge this weekend in the Glen Grizzlies. Last year it was their homecoming at AC Bible. We put a knot on their head, ruined their homecoming. Well, this year it's Leander's homecoming at AC Bible. So what are we looking at in terms of what you can expect from Glenn? Now, I haven't seen any film, and I know you have.
Yeah.
But I've heard that they scrapped that offense they were running last year. And I think that that game against Leander had a lot to do with them deciding on something else.
Well, they've we call it kind of the gun tee, so they still are running some of their principles from the old offense in what they're doing now, but it is a lot more spread, and they are going to try to throw the ball around a little bit and use still some of the option game in what they do. So it's not completely getting rid of it, but it certainly does look a lot different than it did last year and has in the last couple of years. So
it looked more like the second half of last year's game when they were down and they were trying to come back.
Sure, absolutely. I think that's always the debate offensively is kind of what do you do when you can control the clock in that type of offense. Then it's great, but if you ever get behind, then it's a struggle to really throw the ball down the field and get yourself back into it.
So, Coach, what are some of the biggest improvements?
It wasn't a wholesale change where we just scrapped everything that we've done in the past, but there are some concepts that were completely different than what we've done in the past. And so it takes time to get all that stuff installed and get to where you're efficient in it. And I think in the last 2 weeks you've seen that we scored points and been able to move the ball fairly efficiently. Special teams, I think, has definitely improved from our first game to where we are right now. Special teams has been something that we've always been pretty good at. And so to see it kind of catching up to everything else is good. I can't speak highly enough about our defense at this point.
Yeah, they played great.
They are playing their butts off right now, and so what they've done has been really, really impressive. through the first part of the season. So biggest jumps, biggest gains, and improvements probably have been offensively, which is good for us, obviously.
So how do you prepare these kids mentally for the Friday night under the lights?
Well, we're taking it a little bit kind of one day at a time. I think when you talk about homecoming week, it's not –
a lot of distractions.
There's a lot of stuff that happens before you even get to the game. So we kind of did a quick rundown after practice of what the week looks like up until Wednesday to kind of get their head around all of the extra stuff that's going to go on. And then, just talking to them about, with all the distractions, how do you focus on what you need to focus on, which is the football part of it. So for those 2 hours that we're going to be out there working, let's just think about that and not worry about the parade and all of the other cool things that we do. Let's just focus on Glenn and their offensive needs.
Well, that was my next question for you, was related to the parade. So Dr. Spicer kind of started that tradition. I'm not sure that she restarted it. I think she actually just started that tradition when she was here. What are your thoughts on that? As Frank mentioned, as a distraction, in what it really means to the community in terms of these young kids who are looking at potentially getting into the program, getting into the sport?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think when you're talking about it, period 18 in a football practice, you might perceive that as a distraction, but it's not. It's something for the community and for all of our student athletes. They're students and athletes. They are part of this community in multiple ways, and I think things like the parade showcase that.
Right.
And it's very important to not just the football program, but it is important to the community and the community support that we have. It's important to give back, and I think that's the other part of what we try to do is try to put these guys in a position to go out and step outside of the classroom and the football field into the broader world and expose themselves. So I think it's very positive for us. And, like I said, period 18, that's not necessarily what we're thinking about. But during this week, outside of practice, that's a lot about what we're thinking about is how we're going to give back to the community and those things.
Well, and it gives an opportunity to recognize other clubs and teams within Leander High School, as well as bring in ex-students who come and celebrate, and they bring their family.
Absolutely.
You get hit in the head with a Jolly Rancher or two if you're not paying attention. But, it is a lot of fun, and it gets people together. So, the parents of the tennis team say a dad may have a trailer, and then they get together and they start working on a way to decorate that float.
Yeah.
What is the theme of this year's parade? That puts you on the spot.
That is a good on-the-spot question. I can tell you if I bring the Booster Club up here, they would be able to tell me the theme.
We'll ask them later.
But the community, I will say this about the community pep rally. It's one of the few times that we actually get all of the athletes in Leander High School together in one place. And that's really cool to actually see everybody together and interact with each other. It's not, us charging out in the gym. It is all of us on the field at the same time, talking and intermingling and, celebrating together, which is
well,
cool.
and community is really, really important. In my church, we focus on fellowship of church members. We do everything we can to get together because it really is important for people's mental health, for recognition of hard work that's going on in the football field, in the band, and on the tennis team, volleyball court, whatever it is. And these people should be recognized, and their parents and all the sacrifices that those parents make should also be recognized. And given that, I think we have an award to give out tonight, Coach.
We sure do. And actually, I'm going to see if I can get Coach Hogan to come up. Coach Hogan, will you come on up here and give out our award? And we'll let you go eat, Coach. Thank you for your questions, your answers, rather.
Hit you on the spot.
Yes.
Coach Hogan, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We're doing great. This is Coach Hogan. She has an award to give out tonight. We were talking about recognition that results from the parade that's going to be coming up this month, the trunk this week. It's on Wednesday, and trunk or treat's another thing. But
you may talk about
talk about all of that.
Okay, so we have a special award that we try to acknowledge one person or one player or a couple of people or even the student body. And it is for someone special who is super excited, who is super motivated, who is super positive. And this week, when I looked up in the stands multiple times, I saw this particular person like running up and down the stands, waving a towel, cheering on everybody. And this week, our Hype Beast Award, we call it the Hype Beast Award, is going to Sunshine Smith.
Let's hear it
one
for
of our
Sunshine
parents.
Smith.
So I don't know if you want to show this.
Yeah, let's show it right here on this camera.
Wow.
So, Sunshine, come up here.
Well, this looks like something you might get for getting a turnover or something.
I know, right?
a little, what do you call that? A little bling bling. Let's hear it for Sunshine, everybody.
I don't think I'm attached. Here you go.
You gotta lean in a little bit for the camera. The camera's right here, so
There you go.
there we go.
She
Sunshine.
earned that one.
She did.
Now Sunshine's a good football nickname.
There you
There's
go.
a guy
Absolutely.
from Remember the Titans that his
Sunshine.
nickname was Sunshine.
Well, we're
All right, so
very
I guess
happy.
we want to thank you for what you do for the program. Congratulations.
So much.
It's very nice to meet you, Sunshine.
And we're going to do it again for homecoming.
There we go. We'll get another one out there.
And
So,
then next week we'll give it to another person.
Awesome.
So,
So it gets passed around?
right.
Okay.
Yes, every week. Last year we gave it to a couple of students. Mr. Simpson won the award. The student body actually won, like the student section for a game. So it's kind of up for grabs for whoever we think earns it.
So if you're at the games and you want your mitts
that
on
right
that
there.
chain so you can get a selfie for your social media page, or you can just get that street cred,
Christmas card
Absolutely.
coming up.
then
Yeah.
make sure you do something special on homecoming.
Homecoming.
And it's going to have to be extra special for homecoming because you got to have all kinds of people out there.
Oh, yeah.
That the Franks of the world that haven't been back are going to come back.
They
and there's probably a whole class that's having a reunion.
05
I
is
think
coming
it's
up.
05.
Yeah,
Um,
05 will be there.
And also, Price told me today that it sounds like Kessler and Bridwell are planning on coming back.
Oh, good.
So they
Long
should
time
be.
no see. Huh?
So they will be there. But I don't know. Maybe they'll win the Hype Beast Award.
Hey, if they come and they represent, they may well win that.
They might do
so.
it. So I think we're going to have a great turnout. I think I've got some things that I've ordered that are going to come out for the student section. I got some thunder sticks. I got some light sticks and some pom-pom things just for the student section, or even the reunion for 2005 to come out. So it's going to get loud.
Awesome. And we like it that way because the crowd mic doesn't work in the stadium, so there might as well be a low rumble.
I mean,
So-
I'll take whatever they can give us.
Yes. And this is Coach Hogan. Everybody give her a round of applause for Coach Hogan. And one big round of applause again for Sunshine Smith, Hype Beast Award winner for the week. Now, Coach, we got a student coming. And you see there's the two plus tables worth of line athletes here celebrating. Some coaches as well.
Doing good. How about you, buddy?
Doing good.
Welcome. Yeah, just put that on and get the mic somewhat in front of your mouth, and then you're good to go.
All right, y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Here you good.
All right. Go on ahead and tell everybody your name.
Dominic Jaramillo. I'm
Okay.
number
Okay.
2, slot
All
receiver.
right, the bright gloves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The neon gloves.
The neon gloves and neon shoes. So we're able to find you pretty quickly, but
Yeah, that was the goal.
sometimes it's a big mix, and I'm not going to lie. My vision's not what it once was. And so sometimes those numbers, especially the single digits,
I think we get it mixed up with
9 looks
Marseille.
like an O, looks like a 2, and those kinds of things. But we can usually find your shoes. However, sometimes I think that shoe,
It's,
even though it's green, I think it might be a
It's
flag.
Malachi. It's Malachi's. Has
Oh.
the neon.
There
See,
you go, yeah.
I'm already messing up.
Yep.
He's
Me
got
and
the
Malachi has the
gloves,
neon.
yeah.
Just the gloves for me.
So you returned to kick for a touchdown then.
Yes, sir. I did.
Okay,
I
let's
did.
talk about that a little bit.
Man, that was something else. I've never done anything like that before. I mean, it was supposed to be return middle, believe it or not. But then I had Malachi blocking for me on the outside along with Isaac Montgomery. And they kind of just led the way for me. I didn't have to do much but run. They did most of the work for me.
Yeah, I mean, you've been quite the firecracker for the offense lately.
I'm just kind of leaning on my guys.
Yeah.
That's really all I'm doing.
Well, you guys look good out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, who's the funniest player in the locker room right now?
Funniest player? It's got to be
funny
me.
looking, but the funniest.
Man.
Besides you, who's number two?
Besides number two.
Who's the number one contender for it's scoring touchdowns? Let's just get that out of the way.
It's the best, right?
Right.
You can't beat it.
But let's talk about the nuance. Get granular on it. What do you like to block? Do you like to run routes? Do you like to make reads?
Yeah. So blocking has always been a thing for me. Ever since last year, it's kind of how I got my spot. One guy went out, and I kind of blocked my butt off. And that kind of got me in the spot where I am today, where they could trust me because they know I can do a lot of things. But one of my favorite things, just being a receiver, is just being selfish. I love having the ball because I feel like in my head I can make it happen. I can make plays happen. And just being able to have the ball and be in control, I really love that. It's a really good feeling for me.
So those defensive backs are usually pretty quick guys. I mean, obviously you're a fast guy too out on the edge, but how hard is it to get a block in the open field like that? I mean, honestly, I played center, so, I mean, it was just chaos. It was easy to block somebody.
I think it's a little bit easier since I'm slot. I'm kind of right by the backers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but once somebody busts out a run, say Camarion, y'all know he doesn't go down with just one person. He'll spin off. He'll spin off and he'll go. And once I got to go, it's hard, but you just got to break down and kind of let them do the work for you.
So is it like tackling?
Almost.
Almost?
Yeah. I mean, you have to sit there and let them come to you. Because if you try to go to them, they'll just shimmy you off, and then carry on.
That's what would happen to me. It'd be like I was the bull. They were the bullfighter, and I was the bull. I would just go flying by them every time.
You got to break down. You got to wait for them because if you don't, you're going to get in trouble in film the next day.
And the only time that I ever had to deal with that as a player was when we threw screen passes.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to get out in the open.
Field.
Yeah.
Those are the hardest.
So
you got to be patient.
Do you like running tunnel screens, those little bubble screens out across the middle? Do you like going across the middle or do you like going up the seam?
I like going up the seam a lot more. Those tunnel screens, you got to have vision and you got to be – I feel like I have good vision, but you got to be patient, and it's a lot of traffic. And if you're not patient –
get out there,
Yeah, and if you're not patient, you'll get popped. You'll get popped hard.
Right. Well, and additionally, the timing of many of the routes that in the plays that you guys run – they're pretty precise, right?
Yep.
So if the snap is a little bit off, then you have to kind of adjust a little bit.
Sometimes our window is within 5 yards, and if, say, Mason fumbles the ball or I slip off the line, that window goes from 5 yards to 2, and it's a near impossible throw for him. So it's a lot about timing in our reads and about how we can get things done. We do a lot of reads, so if I read it wrong, Mason could throw a pick, and people would look like it was his fault, but it's really 100% on me.
Most times it is somebody either threw – it's usually a misread by either the quarterback or the receiver. Mm-hmm. So, and those reads are important, and they change from week to week, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So depending on who you're playing. So talk about the difficulty of that, your week of preparation, especially in a week like this that's homecoming, you probably have a date. You're probably looking at moms and all of that stuff.
I gotta go and I still haven't bought my clothes yet. I'm probably gonna knock that out after this. But it's like learning somebody new every week. Last week was number 11. He was our guy. If he blitzed, we were running a slant. It's like last week I think it was like number 20 he was number 40. That big dude. Like last week it was him. He always lined up on the line if he was blitzing. There was no in between. It's like you're learning a new guy every week and those little distractions can confuse you. I got number 40 and number 11 mixed up this week because I saw number 11 roll down like number 40 did at Del Valle, and I thought he was going. He dropped back. I dropped the pass. It's simple. Just
because your read, you got confused in the read.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. And it is, it's like learning for a regular test, right? I mean, you've got memorization you have to deal with every week. The difference is. Like in history, you just have to memorize text, right?
Yeah.
You have to conceptualize and visualize what's happening on the field and memorize that.
Yeah, and credit to Mason. You got I only have to remember certain parts of a play. We can have a play call that's maybe 12, 13 words long, and that doesn't sound that crazy, but when every word has a meaning, he's got to remember every single one and know what every person does. I can't do it.
That's a lot.
Sometimes if you really, whenever y'all are announcing, if y'all look, y'all can see me step back to Mason. I promise you, I'm asking him, what do I do? Because I'll forget.
Well, you know what, and I'll say this: that's a lot better than just going out there and guessing, right?
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen 9 out of 10 times if you go out there guessing?
You're going to be wrong.
You're going to be wrong.
You're going to be on film that weekend.
And then I got one of these guys over here yelling at me, asking me what the heck I was doing.
Right.
When really I got no clue what I was doing.
Oh, you're talking about one of the coaches?
Yep. One of these guys will be like, "What are you doing?"
Do they do that to you in the film room?
All the time. All the time. We all mess up.
Rewind and play it again. Rewind and play it again.
Sometimes they won't even say anything. They'll just let the play repeat until you say something. They'll just let you make it's.
So it could go on for 2-3 minutes if you
don't own up to your own mistake. It'll be a long film session.
Do you think that's a good motivator for yourself?
Oh yeah. Because once you see your mistake, you don't want it to happen again. More, not even for yourself, just for your team. I mean, the other day on our 2-point conversion after the kick return, I was supposed to block the outside backer, and I missed him because I thought I was supposed to climb. And Kamarion almost got tackled 10 yards in the backfield just because I wasn't ready for him. Like, when you mess up, you don't just mess up. I almost messed up the whole play, and I just don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and one of the worst things to do is to know that a special teams unit that you're on is supposed to be going out there, but you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
And you miss it, and so they have to call a timeout or something.
Yeah, one of our kick returns, Malachi got popped, and I think it was my guy. but he was like, "We're good. We'll get the next one." He's a good teammate, but that was on me. Like, it's when I mess up at the expense of all.
Well, and I think that's important to own that kind of stuff. When you know it's easy to accept recognition for things that you did good, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to own up to mistakes you make. And that's part of development as a man, in my opinion, as a human in our society. You know, we see a lot of people not wanting to take ownership of things they do, and it's important to do that. And that's one of the reasons that I was mentioning how I think the culture is shifting at Leander than what it was 5 years ago, 8 years ago. So talk about your class, the culture, and what you guys are contributing to this program moving forward.
I think it's a big part in the seniors, but also I think a person that takes a lot of responsibility for it is Coach Flo. He changed the dynamic in the weight room completely, cleaned up all the slop, cleaned up all the bad habits. And so that hype that came from the off season, from all of last off season to this off season, or to this season, it's more energetic, it's more hopeful. That negative, bad energy that we've had 5 years ago, 2 years ago, it's kind of all gone. Like, we're all kind of rooting for each other. I remember 2 years ago, a big thing for us was our offense and our defense. They would butt heads. Like, we were not a team. We had 2 teams on one, and that just was never good. But we kind of changed that. We've become more of a brotherhood instead of just a team.
That's the only way it works.
Yeah, it's the only way it works.
That's the best way. I mean, you have to treat your teammates like they are brothers, like it's a family situation. Because really, you go through a lot together, either in the off season, in the spring, or in the fall leading up to the season. I mean, there's a lot of blood, sweat, tears. I mean, that's a saying, but it's true when it comes to the sport of football.
100%.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about? Tell us who wore your jersey.
Oh, that was my science teacher, Miss Wilhelm.
Miss Wilhelm.
She's a lot of fun. She's on the golf team. We talk about golf a lot. So I thought I'd just bring her a jersey because she had a lot of football players and no one had brought her one yet. So I'll bring it to her. She's one of my favorite teachers for sure.
So she's a golf coach?
I think she's the assistant coach.
The assistant coach?
And then next year she'll be the head coach.
Are you a golfer?
I am.
Are you good?
Whoa, no.
No. What do you average?
I'm in the 90s, low 90s.
Oh, that's pretty good, though. I mean, if I'm hitting around 90, 95, I'm pretty happy.
This is true. But that's on a good day. On a bad day, I might stop keeping track around the third hole.
Yeah, that's usually how I play. So Scotty Scheffler's got nothing to worry about from you.
I think his son, I got nothing to worry about.
Right.
I got nothing for a while.
Well, I would recommend that you stay with that sport, but be cautious. Yes. I hurt my back playing that sport, so make sure that you just like you learn techniques as a receiver to get off the ball, to block, to break down the block, to notice the defensive back's eyes in their hands to give you indications the ball might be coming, things like that. Just make sure that you're doing it properly to avoid injury, especially during your athletic career. Are you planning on looking at potentially playing college?
I am. So if I get an offer for baseball or football, then like a 3-hour radius of us, 3-hour radius. If I get an offer for there, then I'll go play there, and I'll if they have a flight school, then I'll be doing that. But if I don't get an offer within 3 hours, then I'm going to go into the trades for either flight or electrician. It's one of the two.
Well, not that I'm a recruiter, but I do the sideline reporting for Southwestern University. It's right in Georgetown, and they do have an airport in Georgetown. I just don't know. I just don't know if the school has a program.
I like those.
Probably not.
I like those schools. It's cool.
Yeah, the Division III schools are really cool, and there's some good ones in the Central Texas area. Yeah, you had a player that was a teammate last year, Pites, that's playing for Mary Hardin Baylor. But there's a school, they're considered rivals of Southwestern, but TLU and Trinity, San Antonio and New Braunfels, those are all good football programs. And, if you get interest from those guys, stay open to them and provide them the information that you want. And regardless, I say this to everybody, stick with the sport in some way. Yeah. Whether you do like Frank and I one day and you just broadcast high school sports, or maybe you're like Mark Mahar and do PA somewhere, get to know the coaches in your community. Maybe you coach youth football, whatever it is, referee. I would be in so much trouble if I didn't stay involved in sports in some way. And my body won't allow me to play them anymore at any effective level. So this is the next best thing for me.
Next best thing right here, yeah. And you're so close to it.
Any pregame rituals or superstitions?
That's a good one. I don't like being quiet before games. I'll talk to you like it's not even a game day.
There you go.
I don't.
The quietness gets you, huh?
I don't like listening to my music and getting all serious. That's just not me. I don't know if y'all have ever been able to tell, but I'm not the serious type on the sideline or anywhere. I just don't like that.
Well, you're definitely the serious type on the field.
Yes,
so we definitely say that. I mean, you've been a weapon. We were wondering who's going to take over the Magic Man.
Yeah.
Last year, and he
Zane
came
was
out
a big
the first
contributor.
And
I feel like I had to step up. I was told to step up, and I feel like I just had to do it.
And you've answered that call every way.
Well, and you were really pretty impressive as the second option last year with him in the offense. So, and there were times when you had to step up because of injury or whatever. So, I think you need to continue to work at that and just let us know anything else that you want to mention. You want to shout out anyone in particular?
Definitely my mom and dad, for sure. They're probably watching. Hey, guys. They're probably watching. I just hope I'm good for Friday. I've been in the training room a lot. I went down on a slant route this week.
I saw that.
So it's like a low ankle sprain, high ankle sprain, but I'm trying to get better. So we're looking for that second guy to step up and take over if I can't play. But
have you been practicing at all?
Not today, no. I was out of pads, walking around, just trying to take in mental reps. But it's rough right now.
Does it feel like you might get to play?
You'll be good, yeah.
I should be good, but right now I can't run on it. But tomorrow I'm getting a deep tissue.
It don't matter what you think anyway, right?
Yeah, right. If I can play or not, I'm going in. I'm not missing Glenn.
Well, it's the trainer who makes that final decision.
Yep.
So. You might want to bring him some butterscotch candies or something this week because you never know. It might help. So
game day jersey or something.
Right? Yeah.
Do y'all do jerseys every week? Do you give them to your teachers? Or
No,
just
that
for
was just
homecoming?
for the jersey week.
Okay. 'Cause back in the day, you'd give it to your favorite teacher every
Right.
game day.
I like how they'd wear their jersey for game day. I like that, but that's the only time we've ever been able to do it. I think they're worried about us getting our jersey wet or something.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
Too much
those
makeup on it or
jerseys,
something.
those jerseys aren't cheap. They're not cheap.
Nah, I bet.
And you got to buy a lot of them, and that's why they hang around. And you're a freshman. You come in, and they give you these jerseys. You're like,
It's
oh, this
the
is
worst
nice.
jerseys
It's
ever.
like the varsities from 5 years ago. or
right.
something.
Hand me down.
All right. Well, thank you very much for
Yes, sir.
coming up
Thank
and,
y'all.
and talking
Appreciate
to
you.
us. We appreciate it. Good luck to you on Friday.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you.
So we got one more interview with a student athlete, and I think it's is it Liam. Is that who it is?
We got Liam. There he is, the man himself, Mr. Liam. How's it going, buddy?
Tackling machine over
All
here.
right.
Have a seat, Liam. We'll let Frank start it off.
What's been the highlight of the season so far for you?
I think just how well our defense has performed.
Yeah.
I think for me,
Yeah, y'all look good out there. I mean, that defense is stout. I mean, you made Georgetown earn every bit of those touchdowns.
yeah, our coach was talking about it today. He said we had like 15 third downs for him.
Yeah. I'm sure you had it spooked a little bit.
Oh yeah, sir.
I know Del Valley for you. You had 11 tackles that game. I saw the stats. You had 9 solo tackles and 2 assisted tackles.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with you, monster? Just that.
Towards the end of the game, they started running it to my side.
Yeah.
All these teams now are like they're trying to run it away from me.
Well, that's
they
probably
should.
advisable. Talk to us about how difficult it is to tackle a guy that's 6'2", 215 all game long, because y'all were hitting him hard, and the thing was it never went away. Y'all did that the whole game. I guarantee you he's in the ice bath all weekend.
Yes, sir. It's definitely tough. Just coach was talking all week. Wrap him up around the legs, get low on him.
Well, we always say that up in the booth. Where do you chop a tree down? It's not up in the top. It's down low at the trunk.
Right. So, what position do you play, and what do you like most about it?
I play outside linebacker, and I like it the most because I get to do a little bit of everything. Coach will send me off the edge for blitzes. I'll get to drop back in coverage. I get to do a whole lot.
Okay. What's your favorite play?
My favorite play? Probably Bull Black. I like it
Yeah.
just because they get to send me all by myself.
So you like blitzes.
Yes, sir.
So do you like a delayed blitz, or do you like to as soon as the ball is snapped?
Right off the ball.
So you think your first step is your advantage, not a little bit of deception.
Yes, sir.
So how difficult is it to make a sack when you come in unblocked? Just like we were talking to Dominic about blocking in space. It's very difficult if they know you're coming. So talk about that a little bit, your experience in that.
Well, especially in Bull Black blitzes, you try to hide your incoming blitz, and you got to angle yourself in a way to where the tackle has to move very far out to reach you. And then if he gets too far outside, you can just chop the arms down, get outside him. It's just easier whenever he's backpedaling too much.
Well, and some of those tackles are pretty massive gentlemen. I mean, a lot of them are around 6'4" to 6'6", and around 300 pounds, somewhere in that range. So that makes them a little bit slower than you. But if they get their paws on you, it's hard to get away from them, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's a little tough. But we got some moves I can use.
So what's your favorite besides chopping the hands? Is there somebody you model your game after when it comes to pass rushes?
Not specifically. I know a whole lot of guys that use these moves.
You're not
and
a
I know
Micah Parsons kind of guy, or you're.
I don't know about that. I've never been a Cowboys fan.
Well, he's a Packer now, so it doesn't
That
matter.
is true.
Anybody on Sunday you look up to, or Saturday?
My favorite team, I only watch college football,
There you
That's
go.
good.
There you go.
so I like all them. I like all the Texas players. I love Michael Taft, especially on
Oh yeah.
on the Texas.
Well, he's
team.
a local Austin kid who was a walk-on, so he's served as an inspiration for a lot of high school athletes.
Yes, sir.
who feel like they deserve a chance to play in college. Are you considering college football?
I am, but probably not like the D1 level. Might have to go a little lower.
Well, it's still exciting football at every level. And, as I was telling Dominic, I do the Southwestern University games, and it's a blast. And it's hyped. It's a level up from what you're dealing with in high school. Some of the stadiums aren't as nice as what you play in high school, but you're flying to Los Angeles to play Cal Lutheran, or they played the University of Puget Sound, so they went to Seattle and played in Seattle. So you get to do traveling just like D1. You don't get the NIL deal or anything like that. In fact, there's not even an athletic scholarship at that level. It's strictly academic scholarship. So if you're looking to play at D3, you want to make sure you're doing your work in the classroom as well, which I assume you are.
Yes, sir.
What are your plans right now? Do you have any plans for after football?
Right now, I'm doing all my college applications, and I'm really hoping to get into a school that offers a mining engineering program.
So have you considered the Colorado School of Mines?
Yes,
Apparently
sir.
That's a really hard school to get into.
That's my biggest
Kids
one right
about
now.
Minecraft.
No, that's not what it's an engineering school is what it is. But because if you're going to engineer mines, you can engineer anything.
I've done a ton of visits up there, and I've talked to the coaches a whole lot.
Oh, so there's some interest then. All right. Well, and the weather's pretty awesome. Other than playing in that. Well, I'm not sure what city it's in. Is it in the mountain?
Yeah, it's in a town called Golden.
Okay, so it's in where Coors is made, Golden, Colorado. Okay, so that is it's like about a mile from sea level. So I visited Denver, and I was up in the mountains, and I went from one level to another, and it was only about 80 yards, which going down wasn't that bad, but when I was coming back up, man, it was like there was no oxygen in the air at all. So that's a little bit of an advantage for teams in that environment, but you also have to get ready for it.
Yes,
They also train Olympic athletes in Colorado Springs for that very reason. So, I wish you well. I hope you're able to get an opportunity to, at the very least, go to that school, because you get a degree from the Colorado School of Mines, you can pretty much pick your job all over the world.
Yes,
so,
What about mining do you like so much?
I like how hands-on it is. I've always been like a STEM kid, but I really love doing like outside work.
And that is a really good thing. And I'll just give you my own experience. So I got a business degree, so I work inside. And the entire time I've worked inside, I've longed to be an electrician or to
Get some fresh air.
Well, just to, I don't want to be an HVAC guy because they got to climb in attics and stuff. But, there's electrician positions where you're just in air-conditioned buildings, and, you might have to be in an unfinished building, but, it's not as hot as being in somebody's attic because their air conditioner crashed. So, the point being, that is something that I didn't consider at your age that would have been a good choice, because you get, out and in. I guess in drafting, you sometimes go out to the work site and take a look at, what you're going to develop, similar but different.
Sure.
So what songs keep you locked in before the kickoff? Or what song? Do you have a particular in mind, anything to get you going?
I guess whatever's getting played in the locker room.
Whatever it is.
I don't be putting headphones in or anything. Just the loudspeaker that they have going on. That's what I'd be listening to.
What's your genre of your favorite? And I mean, some people are all over the map. And, I like all of it. But what's your area that you go to when you just want to listen to some music?
I usually stick to like rap or hip hop, that genre.
The upbeat.
Yeah.
So is it modern or kind of the early days of rap?
I do a little bit of both.
Of both. Who's your favorite artist?
I don't know if I can't even place a favorite.
What's your favorite song?
Favorite song? I don't know.
I put you on the spot.
Yeah, I can't.
That's all
You're
right.
not prepared for this one.
You can tell us who your favorite teacher is, though.
Favorite teacher right now?
Yeah, who wore your jersey?
Mr. Hassan, my government teacher.
So is he up there?
Yes, sir.
So that's a good choice. Do you have other teachers or classes that you really like?
I like all my teachers so far, and
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer because they may be watching.
But Mr. Hassan has to be my favorite for sure.
And is it Hassan? Hassan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know him. So do you have a particular elective that you like a lot? Besides football, obviously.
I've pretty much gotten all my electives out the way, but ones I've done in the past, like aerospace engineering, that has to be one of my favorites.
Yeah, that falls right in line with what you're interested in doing. Is that a consideration for you? I mean, aerospace, obviously there's a lot of talk about going to the moon again and potentially on to Mars from there. They're going to need all kinds of engineers to work those complexities out. So is that something you would be interested in? I mean, not necessarily traveling, although if that's something you're interested in, say that, but getting people off this planet is hard enough.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned, they're going to start doing space mining too now. That's one of the other things you can start doing.
Meteorites full of gold or something?
Yeah.
There you go.
There are some that are really have a lot of gold in them. So, well, that's interesting. That reminds me of a movie.
All right.
Armageddon. But they were drillers though. They weren't miners necessarily. But did you like that movie?
I did.
It's a pretty good movie. So would that be something that would interest you? I mean, if they said, "Hey, we found some particular ore on the moon that's very rare here on Earth, and we need that to manufacture weaponry and computer chips and yada yada yada, and we're willing to pay you an exorbitant amount of money." Would you really want to leave the comfort and safety of the Earth, even though sometimes it's not very comfortable or safe?
If the pay's enough, probably.
Yeah. So that's the hazard pay. Yeah. Now, would you do that? A lot of people did that during wartime. They would contract and work in areas where there was risk and get paid more. A lot of it was in the oil and reconstruction business. Is that something you would consider? Would you look at potentially being an engineer of buildings or stadiums or things like that? I mean, there's always a need to bore underground for traffic purposes. I think Elon Musk started a boring company recently, like in the last couple of years. Would that be something that would interest you?
Absolutely.
So would you want to be just the guy in the office making all the plans, or you want to be the guy driving the boring drill?
I want to be the guy driving.
Well, that would be me too. I mean, there's not much excitement sitting in an office. You end up listening to podcasts or music, and you get distracted. You don't always do your
too long.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, do you have anybody you want to shout out?
Definitely shout out to my mom and my dad.
Anyone else?
Coco date.
You don't have to say it.
Probably Coach Flores and Coach Price too.
So there you go.
There you go. That is a very politically correct answer. And so we definitely want to thank you for joining us tonight, Liam. And we want to thank everybody for coming out tonight to Guaco Taco. Make sure you give them another big round of applause. And don't forget, Wednesday night is the homecoming parade right there on Baghdad. And I think it cuts up on, what is that? What is that street right there that's?
Back Street?
It's what? Osage. Yeah, Osage. And it comes around the backside of the school, goes up New Hope. So if you can, make sure you get out there. Bring your little ones to celebrate the Leander Lions as they get ready to take on the Glen Grizzlies on Friday. We want to thank you for tuning in tonight. For Frank Rodriguez, I'm Chuck Cracy. Good night, and we'll see you on Friday night.
Go Lions.